Hello everyone, this is Tyler from CoolNerd.net. Just wanted to do a short video blog update, actually from a trip that I took back in November. And now with the holiday break, I've just had some time to sit down and kind of put some thoughts together on it. Just be really short on this, but I wanted to talk about my experience using the Vibram Five-fingers, these guys right here, over in Hawaii. My wife and I, in the 1st of November, went on our 10th anniversary to Kauai, and I pretty much lived in these guys the entire time I was over there. We did a lot of hiking, and unfortunately, there was a lot of rain that week, and but we didn't want to let that stop us, so we threw on our hiking gear and went out for hikes. And it was really muddy and very slick. The clay mud over there is really can be really slippery. Um, but I actually wore my five fingers the entire time I was there on the hikes, and it was actually nice because I could actually grip around the rocks. I could grip around the terrain on the trail. We did have a trekking pole with us, so that helped kind of stabilize us as well. And you'll see some from the photos here that it got pretty muddy in a couple of places, but they were awesome to hike in. The other thing I did a lot there was we snorkeled quite a bit, and I would just, instead of taking booties with me that I need for my fins, I would just use my five fingers. I'd strap them right on, put them in the snorkel fin, and away I'd go. Swam in them, hung out on the beach the whole time, and pretty much the entire time. In fact, I'd wake up early in the morning and I would do yoga, and I didn't have a yoga mat with me, so I would just have my five fingers on it. It could grip on the tile floor or the carpet, whatever I was, in our little condo, and I could do yoga. And on the last day, I ended up, you'll see from this photo here, that I learned how to surf. And it was awesome because the surfboards that you learn on have kind of a harder, grittier, sandpaper-like feel. It's kind of a softer, so you don't get banged up or bang other surfers up if you run into them. But it's a pretty abrasive. And in fact, the sides of my legs got a little bit torn up. And the instructor that I had was like, "Oh, those are cool." He says this will actually be nice because a lot of people on these boards that learn how to surf, they get their toes, if when they're pulling their feet up, their toes get chafed or ripped up a little bit. But with the five fingers, I had no problem, and it actually helped kind of grip a little bit better on the board. So, anyways, that's just my little 2 bits about why I love my five fingers and how awesome they were in Hawaii, and literally anytime. And in fact, it's still winter here. It's winter here in Utah, and I still try to get every chance I can to use my five fingers. I went to the gym with him tonight, walked through the snow, try not to get too wet because they're not real waterproof. But all in all, just phenomenal pieces of equipment, and it's helped all around fitness for me, from running to just pure enjoyment. And I just highly recommend. It takes a bit to get over that hump of, okay, is this a little awkward? Do I want to use these? Do I want to go out in public in these? But once you get over the fact that it's so beneficial for you, you will have no problem using the five fingers. And you get to the point where people will stop you. In fact, at one point on our hikes, my wife said I should call up Vibram and say, "Hey, you should start being a salesman for him," because I think I probably talked to 10 or 15 people while we were hiking along the trail, and they kept stopping us and saying, "Hey, how do you like hiking in those things?" Of course, I'd give them my spiel, but just great pieces, great shoes. I'm going to always have a pair of the five fingers, so I highly recommend it.